bought up a farm and sold it after the Civil War to working class people, many who were people of color. So this became a lot of people of African descent began to move to this area after the Civil War. And that house has been continuously occupied by people of color since 1868, including freedom seekers. That's who first came. And then Pauline's family lived there for many years too. And this house on the corner was built by William Henry Stewart Jr., the son of the man whose steps you followed, Ken, and who had escaped Christmas Eve 1854. He had another house with his wife, Emma Mosby, and in 1899 they built this new house on the same site. And Judy Bryant still lives here, so she's a descendant kind of directly of William Henry Stewart and Emma Mosby.
See, this house is where Clarence Stewart and Charlie Stewart lived with. I don't know if she was a cousin or a sister or what, Judy's grandmother, right here.
I think Clarence was a brother of Judy's grandmother. Don't quote me unless we check this.
And what about Charlie?
Not Clarence, I'm sorry, Charlie was.
Charlie.
Clarence Stewart was the son of John Stewart, who lived 2 doors down from you on Parker Street for several different places, but that one there. And then he lived over here on this side too. They called him Die Stewart.
Yeah, Die Stewart, right.
And then this is Garrow Street.
Yeah,
and every house on this street, except the 2 modern ones in the middle, was owned by someone who escaped from slavery. The White family house was here. This is where your mother lived, and oh gosh, there's a car right behind me, sorry.
Yeah, that's where my mother and father lived, and with my grandmother, on my father's side.
Right. And these 2 were lived in by freedom seekers. And the one on the end, which may have been the original farmhouse because of its architectural form, was John Parker's house, who had been born in Maryland. And he owned that corner and all the way up through the land that's now occupied by these 2 modern houses here.
Well, what's a freedom seeker?
Someone who escaped from slavery. A refugee.
I wanted to escape.
Yeah.
It's Freedom Seeker.
When was the Fugitive Slave Act?
1850, September 18th.
To when?
Until after the Civil War, 13th Amendment probably.
So making it to Auburn didn't do a person much good at that time?
Oh yeah, people came and settled. Plymouth Cannon, you might be familiar with him, Ken, lived right here on this, what's now the Roosevelt Church. Was from the eastern shore of Maryland who escaped.
His last name was Cannon? Or was it assumed name?
Oh, no, as far as I don't know if it's assumed or real. I'm sorry I made a wrong turn because I was talking and not paying attention.
Because when you were talking about Stewart, Harriet's brothers changed their name when they reached Canada to Stewart. And Stewart down in Cambridge was, which is surprisingly, was a large owner of a wooded area, and he